Hey Virgo, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Virgo. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. So, I'm going to get some energy out on the table and see what's going on here. I'm looking at this Dragonfly Spirit card here. And it's interesting because dragonflies for me are always an indication, really strong indication of the presence of spirit. So this coming through as kind of the starting energy to your reading. It's significant. It's kind of talking about those subtle nudges that we get from spirit, and they help us wake up to the truth. So this energy asks us to recognize the truth behind the illusion. I feel like in the time since this connection ended, this person may have come to terms with several realities about themselves, about their own personal evolution, and about this connection as well. There's a lot that they've realized. I feel already, I'm getting this energy of like it's complicated. It's complicated. So I'm bracing myself a little bit because I feel like there was something complicated about this this connection. There was something maybe that presented a unique challenge to the two of you in this connection. The fact that we're talking about illusion here might have been hard to see things clearly for them at times. I'm also getting that for some of you, there might have been a spiritual component related to this connection. So this person's spirituality could have deepened as a result of this connection. Or honestly, for some of you, as a result of the loss of this connection, this person could have deepened their spirituality. There might be things that are occurring to them now, things they're waking up to, signs and synchronicities that they're seeing now that they weren't seeing before. But for some of you, the two of you had a very spiritual connection. And even the loss of this has caused them to go deeper into that spirituality, or to search for some kind of answers, or to see some kind of truth. Oh, there's something else coming through here. There's kind of this feeling or this message of spirit guiding them, showing them a lot about themselves. They might be learning to kind of listen to their inner voice and connect with their intuition a little bit more, because it does feel like they might have lacked clarity, or ignored what they were feeling, or ignored what was best for them or this connection at the time. So there's something that wasn't clear to them before. There's something that's showing up as an illusion. Truth transcends illusion. It's complicated. It's complicated. This relationship might have had complications. Your situation might have been complicated in some way, or complicated by a situation in one or both of your lives. Let's see what we've got. King of Pentacles. Wow. Reading number 1 opened up with a king. Different king, but very interesting. Very interesting. 4 of Cups. The Devil. Capricorn energy. Virgo, Taurus energy here. Wow. Bottom of the deck. We've got the Knight of Swords. And for some reason, when I turned this over, I just heard runner. Okay. I don't know what that's about, because when I look at this energy, Knight of Swords energy, of course, it can be read so many different ways with what we've got going on here and kind of the vibe that I'm getting. And I just instantly heard runner. This person may have been the runner in this connection. They may have been running from this connection. And for some of you, this could be an indication that this person wants to run back toward this connection, even if they saw themselves as the runner. They might be in this energy of, do they want to run back to this connection? We're actually going to find that out later on in the reading. We're going to see if this person wants to rekindle. Do they want you back? Gosh, I feel like this person was looking for an escape. Four of Swords. Wow. Wow. And there's that Emperor energy. Emperor energy kept coming through in the first reading. And I feel like this person needs time before they are able to, to move forward. Even if this Knight of Swords energy is about them moving forward, there was also the Four of Swords in between that. And it's like they need time to realize something. They need this restful time before they could ever step into the energy of someone who can take action. This is very interesting energy here. Very interesting energy. I feel like they don't understand this connection, or they didn't understand this connection. And it's like they needed or need. So it's really hard, especially because it is, this is a general reading. For some of you, at the time, this person really needed more time to figure out what was going on in this connection, figure out how they were feeling, because it's like there's some component of this they didn't understand. They might not have understood their own feelings. They might not have understood their own desires to want to move towards you or to want to run away from you. And I think for a lot of you, it's both. They did not understand how they could want to move toward and away from someone at the same time. They wanted to bring this connection into reality, and they wanted to run from it at the same time. And for some of you, this person still doesn't get it. They still don't really understand what this is or what to do. Wow. I'm going to be honest, at this point in the reading, I don't know if I would say this person regrets losing you or not. And I feel like the reason I don't know that is because for a lot of you, they don't know. And I'm just feeling like this person was tempted by two sides, and they might be tempted by two sides still. They might be kind of wavering in this energy of like, I don't know what decision to make. I don't know how to handle this situation. I don't know what to do. And when we're in that kind of energy of just confusion and like needing some time to figure stuff out, we don't really know whether we like if we regret something or if we would change it or how we would change it, because we don't really even know what's going on. So there's confusion here. And we're going to dig deeper, and I'll see if I can get to something that's like not confused. But definitely here in this beginning energy, I'm feeling like this person is a little bit confused, or they were confused about what was here. So I feel like they were tempted between this stable King of Pentacles energy. And this King of Pentacles energy gives me the energy of like the family man, or like the stable wife or whatever, like the family oriented person that wants to build a future, that wants to take things, slow and easy, like just lock that life down and like just enjoy it. And there was something about this that was tempting to them, something that was appealing to them. But then I feel like there's also this kind of reckless devil. There's kind of this reckless devil energy here too on the other side. So for a lot of you, I feel like in this connection, this person's shadow came out to play. And that can mean a lot of different things. It could be that just some of the shadow aspects of themselves that they weren't ready to look at were brought to light through this connection. It could be that this person wanted commitment, but they also wanted to party and indulge. For some of you, this could even be that this person was in a commitment at the time that you met them. And there was something they needed to kind of let go. They were being tempted by you. They were being tempted by the promise of this connection. They were being tempted to follow this passion or this desire. And they were torn between two different situations. So, like, honestly, this could have showed up so many different ways. Wow. There was just something they didn't want to let go of, or they didn't know how to let go of. They didn't understand what was going on. I feel like for some of you, this devil represents negative thought patterns as well. So the devil can talk about addictions and dependencies. So we can read that as exactly what it sounds like, and there might have been an addiction at play here. There might have been something this person wasn't able to let go of, some activity that they participated in, smoking, drinking, partying, indulging, and that can be it for a lot of things. It could be indulging in like going out and having fun with their friends, playing video games, things like that. Devil energy can talk about all of that. It's kind of our weakness. It's kind of like the things that we will always gravitate back toward. And for some people, it's these negative thought patterns. It was being too afraid, thinking that this relationship was doomed to fail, thinking that they couldn't find this stability in this relationship, or they weren't going to be able to step up and be who they needed to be. And it's like they're hanging in the middle because they didn't really know what to do. And I feel a very opposing energy here. So I'm not sure like exactly what the specific scenario that went on in your connection is, but I know that this person was torn between two very different energies. There's the energy of this like stability, kind of keeping their head on straight and doing what's logical and makes sense and what's going to build a future for them that they want. And then there's this other energy of like instant gratification. How can I make the pain go away right now? How can I indulge myself right now? In some ways, how can I not really look at the future? How can I not be prepared for the future right now and just kind of be in this devil energy and just be a little bit reckless? So there's really this feeling of them being torn. This feeling of them at times not knowing if they were worthy of this connection. So there's like this self-sabotage going on here. And they just couldn't, I feel like they just couldn't choose between instant gratification or something that they would have to work harder at, but something that was worth the work. Like it was worth putting in that time and effort. It was worth it for the true happiness and for the stability. But there's this other energy there tugging at them. It does feel to me like a lot of you in your situation, this person had to make a difficult choice. And it was like so difficult for them that they maybe didn't choose anything, or they might have stopped actively choosing. I feel like for a lot of you, this person made their decision by default. And they kind of allowed their mistakes or their bad choices, these decisions, to make the choice for them. They just hung in the middle until the choice was made. So this person, I feel like, again, for some of you, this person was in a relationship, maybe even a marriage when you met them, or this is someone who has since gotten into another connection. And there could have even been some overlap here. So for some of you, there was overlap. Because there's this feeling of like juggling two different situations and not knowing which to choose. And this doesn't have to be another person. It could be another area of their life where they're just not sure like what they want to devote their focus to. They just feel confused. And there's this feeling of like letting time run out on something. They couldn't make up their mind. They couldn't make a choice. So that choice may have gotten made for them because they were either indecisive or because they pulled back. They disengaged to the point that you just couldn't wait on the situation anymore. I do feel with this devil energy, there's this almost like this pull to want to kind of draw you in, to draw you closer, to want to make this offer. But it almost feels like it's dangerous in some way. It feels like maybe you would be hesitant to trust this person again. Maybe they would be hesitant to even trust themselves right now, because I do feel for a lot of you, this person is still in this energy of not really knowing how they feel, what they want, what actions they're willing to take. They might still be in this hanging in the middle, indecisive energy. Yeah, it's really not clear to me. It's not clear about the regret because they are still in a state of confusion. Or honestly, we were looking at this dragonfly spirit energy. So this might not really be They might not even recognize their confusion because it's like they're still under some sort of illusion. And it's almost hard for them to regret something that they still don't know how to handle. It's like they need more time to figure that out and to really come to terms with the regret that they have. I feel like this is delayed regret for some of you. For some of you, this might be really recent for you. For others, it's like it's taking this person a little while to figure everything out. They're having a hard time thinking, I should have made a different choice, because they still don't know what choice they would have made. I should have done a different thing. They still don't know what to do. It's very interesting energy. And this might be past energy for some of you. So I'm going to clarify this. And maybe get a little bit more information about what this confusion is or what this illusion is. It could be the illusion that something was going to make them happy, the illusion that they could avoid some element of this connection, that they could avoid changing. It's kind of how this is coming through. They could avoid making that change, and it's like it's an illusion. Almost like they were delusional to think that they could still, that they could still like behave that way, or they could still participate in these things, or they could have both sides. They could have their cake and eat it too. Wow. Okay. There might be some healing going on here. Eight of Cups. This person may have walked away to heal. If they ended this connection, there was some part of them that knew they needed to heal. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. They walked away from something that was meaningful, from something that had potential, something that had a future, something that could have grown, they could have built. They walked away from that. And for some of you, like I was saying, they might not have been the one that actually officially walked away. They could have been in this energy I'm getting from the Four of Cups. They could have been in this indecisive, slow, almost like there's a refusal to take action. They could have just remained in that energy for so long that you had to walk away. And I do feel like there is a sense of heartbreak and loss about the walking away. Five of Wands in reverse. And the Emperor in reverse. Wow. Okay. Wow. I feel like for a lot of you, this person felt like they had to walk away, or they had to cause this connection to come to some sort of an end, just to put the conflict aside. Like they just couldn't take the conflict. If there was a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing, a lot of disagreements in this relationship, it's like they just couldn't take it anymore. They just didn't know what decision to make. They didn't know what move to make. The interesting part about this is I feel like they transferred a lot of that conflict internally. So if there were a lot of fighting, or you couldn't see eye to eye on this, if that was the case, it's like they may have walked away or caused the end of this, and it put an end to that conflict, but it transferred that conflict inside of them. They're still dealing with whatever they were conflicted about. They're still knowing that change needs to be made. They're still in a state of confusion. Bottom of the deck, Two of Wands. Still planning, still deciding. Not moving. Five of Swords. Just walking away. It's like they just felt like they had to walk away. They just had to gather whatever they could. Almost like they had to just preserve whatever they could, whatever was left. Even in them, because they may have felt drained, they may have felt confused, they may have felt like they didn't know what to do, and they just had to walk away. Wow. Wow. So that's where there really is conflicted energy here, and it is hard to sort through. And I think I see why, because it's like, no matter how this connection ended, whether they walked away or whether they kind of pushed you to walk away, they feel heartbroken and they feel a sense of loss. But they also kind of feel like they still don't know what to do about it. They're still out of control. They still worry that they might find themselves back in this runner energy. They might find themselves not making the right choices. They might still be under some sort of illusion about what's good and what's right and what's going to move this connection forward. But they see what they lost. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. They see what they lost. Really, really interesting. Let's do your oracles. Lithium quartz. This is card 33. Wow. You see that mirrored energy there? It almost looks like this card just fades into that one. A really fiery type of energy coming off of those two cards. And it's like this King of Pentacles, this earthy energy and this fire behind it. So it's interesting. It's like this passion is fueling this desire for some kind of stability, some kind of future with you. Now, this number 33 is an indication of awakening for me. So it's like there's still so much this person is trying to figure out. The energy of lithium quartz is really, it's calm, it's quiet, and it kind of like, it urges us to slow down and to calm the activity in our minds, which is, it's really kind of bringing me back to that Four of Cups energy, that slow, that kind of like indecisive, going within, seeing what we can figure out kind of energy, because I'm definitely getting that off of this card. It's like the Four of Cups is the energy of, I don't know what to say yes to, I don't know what to say no to. I don't really know what to do. I'm just going to kind of sit here and not do anything until I can figure this out. That's this energy. But this is showing me that maybe this person pulling back is making them realize a lot. We were talking about spirit with the dragonfly, and 33 it's a number of awakening for me. It's an indication that spirit is near. So, and you've got 22, 33, you've got master numbers here. Wow. There's awakening happening here. I really feel strongly that for a lot of you, this person, there is a sense of regret here, but there's also still so much confusion and so much not knowing like who they want to be, like what kind of connection do they want to have, what work are they willing to do. They haven't really figured a lot of this out for themselves. And what spirit is telling me here is the true regret, the full regret is going to hit them later. And that's why for some of you, this is something that's new. And for others of you, if this isn't new, this could be that this person still hasn't fully realized, and they're not fully in this place of regret yet because they don't really know how to handle the situation. This could also mean that this person, it took them a little while to figure it all out and to land in this place of wishing things had gone differently, because they had to first know what they would have done differently to truly regret it. They didn't see it at first. I feel like saying they couldn't even see beyond their own nose. Like they could not see the full scope of this enough to fully regret it. They felt heartbreak. They felt sad. They didn't want to have to walk away. They didn't want to push this connection to an end, but they weren't fully in a place of regret at first. We have consciousness here, number 7. Yeah, this is a wake up. This is a wake up. And yeah, there's regret. And I feel like there's even more to come. And for some of you, this could be because you're not really willing to give this person another chance. That could be where this energy is coming from, because it feels like it just kind of stops. Like it kind of builds to this, like what could be interpreted as regret, but it kind of stops. Like there's nowhere to go with it. Almost like they would tell you how much they regret it, but you'd have to speak to them. they might not feel that confident that you will. I felt like that. It felt to me like this person waited too long on something. This clock card says need time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal, process. They needed time to process this. They didn't realize what they had or what they lost truly at the time. And it feels like they just kind of, like they waited too long to make certain changes or to make up their mind about something. So there's worry here that that they really did miss out, that they just waited too long. It just took them too long. And the fact that this card says in time, I feel like this is back to like, it's going to become more clear to them as time goes on how much they regret this situation and what they walked away from. In time, they see it. They see more. But it's like this person did need time to wake up to these things. They needed time to heal. We were seeing healing here with the Three of Swords in reverse. Seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. I'm getting so much off of this card because we had the Devil here. And I knew that there was attraction here, but like the more important message was this this way that they felt torn. And part of why they might have felt torn was because they feel so much attraction towards you. They feel this seductive energy coming from you. They just feel this pull. It's like they want to come towards you, but at the same time, there's all these other things they have to deal with. There's all of this conflicted energy. So there is that attraction. And this person, like for some of you, this person might have even felt like they wanted to distance themselves from you because this attraction and this desire for you was so much that they wouldn't be able to walk away. It's almost like every time they give in to you, every time they even contemplate kind of moving forward with this connection or spending more time around you or talking to you more or whatever, it's harder for them to let it go. And I feel like they did have to kind of like drop this, even though that's not what they wanted to do. Now, again, for some of you, this person, there might have been a third party here. There might have been kind of a complication here between them having to choose between two people. Yeah, a lot of temptation. At the bottom of the deck, we have not today. Not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, a call, or a person, boundaries, still angry. They don't see it. There's a lot that they haven't realized, and they let a lot of their hurt and their confusion get in the way. And I do think for some of you, this person thinks that you are for sure still very upset with them, that you won't give them the chance. And it's like they feel more comfortable in the shadows or not dealing with this, covering up the hurt because they don't want to face the rejection. They don't want to face like you telling them again, it's not going to happen. And this could be all in their head. Like this might not be how you feel toward this person, but it's a worry for them. I'm going to get into the next portion of this reading and let's look at if this person wants to rekindle with you. So, again, you might not want to have anything to do with this person. You might not want a relationship with this person. You might not ever want to hear from them again. So we're looking at this purely from their point of view. Do they want to rekindle? Do they want another chance with you? Do they want to rekindle? No. Okay. Hold, please. I don't know what's going on. Spirit, we cannot take all of those cards. So. We had two cards flip out. I'm going to set those aside. They feel totally like bonus cards to me. So it's like, I feel like this message was delivered in two parts. Let's take a peek at the bottom of the deck. Two of Wands. Two of Wands. You guys had the Two of Wands at the bottom of both of these decks. And wow. Okay. future plans with the Two of Wands, waiting around, waiting for results, waiting to see what will happen. You know, it's interesting because I can read this different ways, and this person I feel like is planning. They're not in a place to take action, but they do think about how things could go. But what's really interesting about this is I feel like because the Two of Wands is static energy, it is the energy of something that it kind of takes place before the action takes place. So that could be a good sign, but I just feel like this person was in kind of this stagnant energy during the connection. And if they just keep showing up like this, that could have been what the issue was. Like, are you going to make a move or not? You keep saying we're going to do this. You keep saying it's going to go this way. You keep making plans, but are we going to move? But the Two of Wands is about our passions. It's about the plans to take action on a passion. So I kind of feel like for a lot of you, the reason this energy is showing up is because it's swirling around for them with no outlet. Like we were talking about before, they don't feel like they can reach out to you. They don't feel like they can talk to you. They don't feel like you're going to hear them out. So they're just kind of thinking a lot about this passionate energy and just, I like to call it running scenarios. They're just running scenarios in their head. Maybe if I said this, maybe if I did that, maybe we could run into each other over here. Maybe I could get another chance over here. Maybe they won't talk to me. Maybe they'll reject me. And then their fears come up, and it's like it's leaving them in that energy. But yeah, you guys, Two of Wands. That Two of Wands is not leaving you alone. I think we even started this reading with the number 22. So, wow. Do they want to rekindle with you? Do they want another chance with you? Yes, they do. Ace of Wands, they want a new beginning with you. They want something passionate with you. There's all this temptation energy, the seduction energy. So that kind of physical attraction is there. And they really want to move towards you in terms of this physicality. And they want this newness. But you know, the first card that came out was the Moon. Again, illusions, fears, things not being clear. And so what I'm seeing here is this person is aware. They're aware that they want this new beginning, but they're not sure how to get it. They're not sure what to do. In some cases, I think they're not even really sure what happened. They're not sure where they went wrong. So, you know, where's the confidence that they can do something different when they're not really sure what went wrong? But there's a lot that's unknown to them. And I think for a lot of them, it's they're not feeling sure if you will accept them. They're not feeling sure if you're going to hear them out. It just feels like they're in the dark. They feel like they're a little bit shut out. Yeah. There's so much they're not clear about. And again, it's like they really don't understand this connection. They really don't understand the strength of this connection. They don't understand their feelings around this connection. It scares them. And they're kind of aware that they have to heal some stuff before they can really understand this. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles come out again, this time in the upright. So we were talking about they walked away from something that had a lot of potential, that had future, that had stability, something that could have been like a marriage, something that could have been serious and committed. They walked away from that, and now it's showing up here in the upright. This is what they want to move toward. They want to move toward what they walked away from, or what they pushed away, what they lost. But there's a lot of confusion about how to do that, how to make that happen. Now these cards came out. Let's look at these. We have the Hierophant in reverse. We have the Hanged Man in reverse too. Yeah. There's, again, this push and pull. There's kind of this energy of wanting to move forward with this Hanged Man, wanting to come out of the shadows is how this keeps coming through to me, like coming out of this place of not moving, because the Hanged Man is still and maybe doesn't really know what to do, maybe needs to gain clarity and needs to gain a change of perspective. But there's also kind of this feeling that your expectations won't be met, that they won't be able to meet your expectations. They want to move towards you, and they're not sure if they can meet your expectations. They're not sure if they have what it takes to be this person in the Ten of Pentacles energy. There's very much a conflicted energy here. Wow, I'm going to pull some romance angels. I'm now hearing that some of this energy, because we have this Hanged Man energy, and so I know that they want to move forward. It's interesting, Hanged Man energy in reverse, it can be about coming out of that stagnant position, but it still doesn't give me a whole lot of like action, because the Hanged Man is still, it's still not moving. But there's a desire to move. And then when I look at this clock energy, it's like, I think this person is still worrying that they won't make the changes, or they won't realize the thing, whatever it might be, fast enough. So there is still this urgency around figuring this out. Finances and career. This came out in the last reading. Playfulness. Keep an open mind. And reconciliation. Yeah. So yeah, career, finances, money issues, worrying about the logistics of this connection, that could have been an issue here. I feel like this person just feels so comfortable and so free with you. They felt that way and they want to recapture that. There's this feeling of playfulness and of attraction and seduction, and it's, yeah, this card even says to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So for some of you, this is about rekindling something. They want to find, like, figure out how to get back to this place of playfulness, this place where there's not the fighting and the arguments and the disagreements, or not seeing eye to eye. And I feel like with this keep an open mind, this is actually kind of a message for both of you. There might be kind of this person hoping that you will be open-minded to hear them out, because they do worry for a lot of you that you're closed off to them and to whatever they might have to say about this connection. But there's also kind of this feeling that their mind needs to open. We were talking about consciousness. We're talking about receiving messages and guidance from spirit. So their mind may need to open, because like I was saying, this person, I feel like for a lot of you, this person couldn't see past their nose. And what I mean by that is, it's like, they think they tried it all. They think that they did it all, and they just never looked at all the options. So they have to open their mind to see, like, oh, this is where I went wrong. Oh, now I understand. And it's like they're still in the process of figuring that out. But reconciliation is on their mind. I feel like they don't have a lot of belief around that. They don't have a lot of hope for that, but that is what they would want. So yeah, I thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. I hope that this reading was helpful for you, that it provided some clarity. If you did resonate with any of these messages, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit subscribe if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye.